Good morning, children. Welcome to the Political Life class. In today's class, we are going to continue the chapter 2 Role of the Government in Health. In the previous class, we have discussed about what is health and healthcare in India, right? In today's class, we are going to discuss about public and private healthcare services. We can roughly divide the various healthcare facilities in two categories. One is public healthcare services and another one is private healthcare services. First, let us learn about public healthcare services. The public health service is a chain of health centers and hospitals run by the government. These public healthcare services are run by the government and they cover both rural and urban areas. That means village and town, and they can also provide treatment to all kinds of problems from common illnesses to special services. At the village level, there are health centers where there is usually a nurse or a village health worker. They are trained in dealing with common illnesses and work under the supervision of doctors at the primary health center, that is PHC. Such a center covers many villages in rural area. At the district level is the district hospital that also supervises all the health centers. Large cities have many government hospitals and health services. This is for the public. The health services for the public, right? And in order to provide health care to all citizens, the government has established these hospitals and health centers. Also, the resources needed to run these services are obtained from the money that we pay to the government as taxes. So, these facilities are meant for everyone. The facilities which are in the hospitals are meant for everyone. One of the most important aspect of the health system is public health system is that it is meant to provide quality healthcare services either free or at a low cost so that even the poor people can seek treatment. Another important function of public health care is to take action to prevent the spread of diseases such as TB, malaria, jaundice, cholera, diarrhea, chikungunya, corona. This has to be organized by the government with the participation of people. Otherwise, it is not effective, right? For example, when taking up a campaign to see that mosquitoes do not breed in water coolers, rooftops, etc. This has to be done for all houses in the area. Nowadays, the government arrange some groups to see this activities, right? According to our constitution, it is the primary duty of the government to ensure the welfare of the people and provide healthcare facilities to all. The government must safeguard the right to life of every person. If a hospital cannot provide timely medical treatment to all the person, it means that this protection of life is not being given. And it was the duty of the government to provide the necessary health services, including treatment in emergency situations. The hospitals and the medical staff must fulfill their duty for providing the necessary treatment. In the Hakim Sheikh's story that we learned in the previous class, in this story, he was denied treatment at various government hospitals, right? Therefore, the court asked the state government to give him the money that he had spent on the treatment in private hospital. This is our right to get the healthcare services at the needed time. Okay. Now let us move on to private health facilities. There is a wide range of private health facilities that exist in our country. A large number of doctors run their own private clinics in the rural area. One finds registered medical practitioners. And registered medical practitioners means they possess a medical qualification like MBBS, MD, like this. Urban areas, they have a large number of doctors, many of them providing specialized services. There are hospitals, and there are hospitals and nursing homes that are privately owned by some doctors. There are many laboratories that do tests and offer special facilities such as X-ray, ultrasound. There are also shops for medicines to buy. These are some of the private health facilities. As the name suggests, private health facilities are not owned or controlled by the government. These are unlike the public health services. In private facilities, the patients have to pay a lot of money for every services that they use. Today, the presence of private facilities can be seen all around. In fact, now there are large companies that run hospitals, and some are engaged in manufacturing and selling medicines and medical shops. And these medical shops are found in every corner of the country, right? But the people can't get the proper health care. Next, these are about the public and private health services. Now, the health care and equality. In India, we face a situation where private services are increasing, but public services are not available to the people. The private services are increasing but the public services are not available to the people. These are concentrated in urban areas. The cost of these services is very high. In the private services, the cost of the service is very high. The medicines are very expensive. Many people cannot afford them, cannot buy the medicines, or they have to borrow money from others when there is any illness in their family. And some private services encourage incorrect practices to earn money. For example, some medical practitioners are found to prescribe expensive medicines, injections, or saline when simple medication may be suffice. In fact, barely 20% of 20% of the population can afford all the medicines that they require during an illness. In a study state that 40% of people who are admitted to a hospital for some illness or injury have to borrow money or sell some of their possessions to pay for the expenses. If they get any bad diseases, they sell some of their jewels or land to get the treatment. For those who are poor, every illness in the family is a cause of great anxiety and distress. What is worse is that this situation tends to happen again and again. Those who are poor are in the first place undernourished. Undernourished means they are not having food also. They are not having enough food. These families are not eating as much as they should, and they are not provided basic necessities like drinking water, adequate housing, clean surroundings, and therefore are more likely to fall ill. The expenses on illness make their situation even worse. Sometimes it is not only the lack of money that prevent people from getting proper medical treatment. And the women, for example, the women are not taken to a doctor in a prompt manner immediately. The women are not taken to the doctor immediately. Women's health concerns are considered to be less important than the health of men in the family, because they are earning money, right? Many tribal areas have few health centers and they do not run properly. Even private health services are also not available in that areas. And what can be done? There is a little doubt that the health situation of most people in our country is not good. It is the responsibility of the government to provide quality healthcare services to all its citizens, especially the poor and the disadvantaged people. However, health is a must dependent on basic amenities and social conditions of the people as it is on healthcare services. Hence, it is important to work on both in order to improve the health situation of our people, and this can be done. Look at the following examples. First, we take the Kerala experience. In Kerala, in 1996, the Kerala government made some major changes in the state. 40% of the entire state budget was given to the panchayats. They could plan and provide for their requirements. This made it possible for a village to make sure that proper planning was done for water, food, women's development and education. This means that water supply schemes were checked, the working of schools and Anganwadis was ensured, and specific problems of the village were taken up, and the health centers were also improved. All of this helped to improve the situation. Despite these efforts, however, some problems such as shortage of medicines, insufficient hospital beds, not enough doctors remained, and these needed to be addressed. And now let us look at another example of another country and its approach to issue of health. That is Costa Rican approach. Costa Rica is considered to be one of the healthiest countries in Central America. The main reason for this can be found in the Costa Rican Constitution. Several years ago, Costa Rica took a very important decision and decided not to have an army. This helped the Costa Rican government to spend the money that the army would have to use on health, education, and other basic needs of the people. The Costa Rican government believes that a country has to be healthy for its development and pays a lot of attention to the health of the people. The Costa Rican government provides the basic services to all Costa Ricans, all the people in this region. For example, it provides safe drinking water, sanitation, nutrition, housing, and health. Education is also considered very important, and knowledge about health is an essential part of education at all levels. So, in our government also, we have considered these points and we have to improve the health services, right? So today we have discussed about the private and public healthcare services and the healthcare in Kerala and the Costa Rica. I hope you all understand this. Thank you, children.